a new addition perhaps coming to the Giants. Oh, yes. Shiny new as the Giants are rumored to be potentially looking for a veteran tackle. Obviously, we talked about the fact that, Andrew Thomas is gone for the year. That's that Liz Frank injury. He just had surgery on Monday. And actually, I'm sorry, yesterday. And then now Pat Leonard, when he's doing, having this little, talk there with Brian Daboll, says, you bring in somebody in, basically asking the question flat out. And Brian Daboll said again they might be looking basically to bring a veteran tackle in. Now, read between the lines, maybe looking means I got to deal with what I got here.
Pretty much.
You know what he's got? Poop. Let's be honest.
He's got poop and poop.
Poop. Evan Neal, diarrhea. That's what
Cha-cha-cha.
it's been. That's what it's been. It's not even a cha-cha-cha. That's the sad part. It's no fun to it at all. But, he's going to give those guys a shot, as he probably should, to be honest. Because if you didn't think those guys were the best available players to back up Andrew Thomas, then you messed up to begin with.
100%.
Like that's an issue. If you went ahead and said, okay, these are my swing tackles, these are my backup tackles, I feel comfortable going into the season with these guys as the backups. And then one of your starters gets hurt, and the second he gets hurt, you're going to get a new one?
Yeah.
That's not a good sign, guys. So they're going to give them a shot. But we all know what they are. A third-round bust and a top 10 bust. What they are, guys. I don't want to say it. I want them to be successes because they're Giants, but they're not. So we took a look at options. Who could the Giants be looking at? And there is some intriguing options to be stopgap 1 year kind of players at that point, which is, to be honest, what we're looking for. We got Donovan Smith, 31 years old, 9-year veteran, longtime Buck. So you guys probably know him from the Tom Brady Buck days at that point because he was the left tackle for Brady. Last year, also Super Bowl champion again because he played for the Chiefs with a 55.4 blocking grade last year. He's still available. Let's be honest, 55.4 blocking grade, not the greatest. But he's not a bad pass blocker. He just really was struggling in the run blocking. So potential issue. I mean, here's the problem. Let me say this right off the bat. It's like, if we're looking at tackles, we got to realize we're at the end of the limbo game. Like, the bar has been set very low with Joshua Ezeudu and Evan Neal. So when I talk about these guys, I'm not suggesting these are, can't believe these guys are still available. Like, we know why they're available.
Yeah.
But they're veteran people with starting experience. And sometimes that's what you need for the year. Next up, you got David Bakhtiari, who was the longtime Packer, 33 years old, 5-time All-Pro. Also matches the total of surgeries he's had on his left knee. So, yeah, if he's healthy, listen, if he's healthy, I'd give him a shot. If he wants to come here, he's healthy. Why not?
Yeah.
Even if he's got a few games before surgery number 6. I mean, just saying, like, can't hurt you. Can't hurt you. Because let's be honest and say that Bakhtiari is not getting a large contract. He's still sitting there twiddling his thumbs in October. It's a vet minimum, exactly. And if you can get a guy like that for a vet minimum, even if he plays just 1 year, and worst case scenario, he gets hurt further on down the road, and you get a chance to kind of coach up Ezeudu and Neal a little bit more this season with the new offensive line coach, Priscilla, that we have a lot of respect for. Best case scenario for everybody, he does really well. He re-ups his value at that point, gets to play a couple more years somewhere with a nice new contract he gets because of what he does for the Giants. That's a win-win.
Yeah.
We don't need a long-term tackle. We just need him for, the next 12 games. Or 11 games.
Yeah.
So, last option, DJ Humphries, longtime tackle for the Arizona Cardinals, 30 years old. But the guy also tore his ACL the last week of the season. So, chances are, I keep seeing his name being brought up. I don't think he'd be ready yet. Like, am I crazy for saying he's probably not going to be ready yet, guys?
Yeah, especially at that age. Like, not that he's old, but we've said it constantly. It takes about a year to come back to start playing at a professional level, and you're normally not playing what you were beforehand. And you're talking last week of the season, so it's not been a full year yet. And he's also 30. He's not, one of these guys in their mid-20s, and they don't recover as fast from the ACL. Like that 5-year difference makes a big difference in their recovery from the ACL, especially in a professional environment.
Yeah. Like I said, I think it's probably early. Like I said, I only just bring it up again because people keep talking about it right now, I'm going to give you guys 2 blasts in the past year, too. First one, a guy we cut in training camp who is still somehow on the streets, guys. It's Matt Nelson, former swing tackle for the Lions. He's a guy that, again, we were it was a last-minute cut for us at that point there. I think he's an interesting candidate because he was already in camp. He knows the offense. He knows the people there. He knows a lot of stuff. He's not coming in brand fresh and new at that point. And then the last one is a guy that also is a free agent right now. And that's Tyree Phillips. He's been on the Giants before. He is a free agent. And again, he's a guy that's worked with some of the people on here. Now, he doesn't have the connections to Brasillo and the current blocking scheme and stuff like that. So, you could make the case that he's not as, familiar necessarily, even though we're just on the team last year. But guys, he started 9 games for us last year. And he started at the right tackle spot. So you pop him at right tackle. You pop Jermaine Illuminor at left tackle. You could do worse. You could do a whole lot better, don't get me wrong. But you could do worse. You could do worse. Like I said, I think it's interesting. I don't think this one's a candidate, but I'm going to mention it real quick because he's already said he came out of retirement to do this. And I guess he's on the couch right now. And that's Justin Pugh, who said point blank he came out of retirement to go play left tackle for the Giants.
Pew.
I hate to break it to Pugh because I got a lot of respect for the guy. The guy's fun. Like if you listen to him on like content and stuff, because he's a content creator now too, doing that part-time while he's debating his future, I guess. And he's a fun guy. But dude, you're retired because nobody wanted you. Not because you wanted to stop playing. Like, not to be rude about it. I'm just trying to point it out. Like, that's like absolutely like there's a certain level of insanity at that point. That's like,
we plucked him off the couch last year.
Yeah. That's
and now he's back on the couch again.
No, but I'm saying this is that's like nobody wanted him. That's why he's retired. So it's like the equivalent of like if Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom broke up and all of a sudden somebody sent her a text message like, hey, just drop my hat in the ring just in case. Like it's not going to happen, dude. Give it up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's probably done. Again, he was sitting on the couch last year. We talked about that. Like, nobody really wanted him last year. It was an injury. I mean, I can't blame the guy for wanting to play. Don't get me wrong. He seems to like it. Obviously, he makes a good living at it. So it's not like he's hurting it, in that respect there. Like, why not get an extra $1 million real quick before you're done? Like, go for it. Like, I'm not hating on the guy in any way, shape, or form. I just don't think anybody. Yeah, I just don't think anybody thinks he's got anything left at that point. By the way, I should point out that last year he made $1.17 million. Actually, no, I'm sorry, $988,000. So he made about $1 million. So I was right on my $1 million.
Yeah.
So listen, I can't blame. Listen, I'll go play left tackle for $1 million. You kidding me? You'll bench me within the first drive. Whatever. I'll go for it.
It's worth a shot. Dude, for half that.
So like I said, can't blame the guy of trying, but I don't think him is legitimate. Honestly, I think the guy that I would personally bring in are the last 2 that I mentioned, either Matt Nelson or Tyree Phillips. And what I'd probably would do, honestly, is I'd probably invite them all in for a workout. And see what I think. And probably a couple other people that I'm not even thinking about that maybe, Daboll or, Brasillo have connections to at that point that might be on the streets hanging out right now. It's bound to be someone. Maybe there's somebody on a practice squad I'm not thinking of. But like I said, that's the big names out there and a couple blasts in the past there as well. So we'll see what happens there. And like I said, hopefully, let's be honest, the best case scenario for us is Evan Neal is all of a sudden really good. That's not a bad scenario for us, guys. We still have him under contract for, a couple of years here. So if he can all of a sudden be good, And then maybe next year move him into guard. I know people hate that, but move him to guard and keep Illuminor and Thomas going. Because like Greg Van Roden, 1-year deal. There's your spot right there. So, we'll see what happens, but that'd be the best for the Giants, probably.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.